From a top-floor office on UNC Charlotte's campus to the roof of Africa.
Kilimanjaro, Hakuna Matata!
Social work chair Vivian Lord is back in town after climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, the Tanzanian peak that claims the title of tallest on the African continent. And Dr. Lord says this ascent was a long time coming.
Actually, I started climbing 11 years ago when I was a young woman of 50.
Lord and her husband tried to climb Kilimanjaro once 10 years ago, but had to turn back before they reached the summit. Lord wasn't feeling well, and now she says she thinks she knows why.
It's all up to hydration.
This time, a little more water and the occasional indigenous beverage did the trick as Dr. Lord and her team reached the summit in 8 days, a trek aided just maybe by a little mountain magic.
Our head guide, he's kind of a cowboy. But one thing he did, which I did like, is as he's approaching, he's climbed Everest like 8 or 10 times, everything. He says whenever he approaches a mountain, right before he summits, he'll actually get down and kind of, not pray, but sort of like to the mountain and say, you know, kind of getting permission to make it to the top. And I did do that of sorts. And I was like, thank you, Killy.
Lord says after months of training and a grueling week on the mountain, to say it's all about the journey would be disingenuous.
Anybody that tells you it's all about the travel and not the end, they're so full of it. It's making it.
To an outsider, it might be difficult to understand why people travel to the ends of the earth and test its rocky peaks. For a certain class of activities, experience is a prerequisite to insight.
Until you do it, there's no way you can describe the feeling. And you can understand why people do it over and over and over again.
So was this ascent the last in a call to climbing that was late blooming but sweet, or does another summit loom on the horizon?
We'll see. We'll see.
For UNC Charlotte News, I'm Will City.